Hi everyone, Lisa here from Down to Earth Gardening and Design. Welcome to our video today. Today we have a gardening video for you on using an evergreen to screen an unsightly utility. So we're here at this gorgeous house. It's a beautiful fall day, great for planting. And I want to talk about a creative way and a really wonderful evergreen that we're going to use to screen this outside utility. Now, I believe this is for our client Central Air, and it's right in the front, so we want some major curb appeal here. This house is gorgeous. It has a lot of beautiful curb appeal, and we want to complement it. But it's kind of a unique situation here because we don't have a lot of room, and we have this gorgeous rose here that we're really trying to leave alone. And then we have a tree peony which does not like to be relocated. So because it's fall, it's not an ideal time to move a rose. So early spring is the best time. But this is kind of a sentimental gift to the homeowner, and it's in a really beautiful spot that can be seen inside from this window here. So I really want to try to leave this alone. So typically when you are screening something, you think about a hedge, right? And it's definitely something we talked about here. So if we were to do a hedge around this unit, we'd have to give it a little bit of room. So that's another challenge we have here. We don't have a lot of room. And you would just do a lineup around the perimeter that can be seen. Now, what we want to do to be a little creative is think about the sight line. So sight line is exactly where you're viewing me from, and that is the driveway and the front walkway that you're seeing the corner of this unit. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use one evergreen and we're going to strategically place it on the corner to give it an informal screen. And that will be in keeping with the style of the landscaping of the house. And I want to show you now what we've chosen for our evergreen that's going to really complement everything that's here. Okay, so here I am with our selection, but I first want to stress that when you are using shrubs for screening purposes, it's ideal if you can select an evergreen. So that means it's going to keep its leaves, its foliage year round. So that means it's going to hide what you're trying to hide all year long. So here it is. This is our selection, and this is a Steeds Holly. We have selected a 10-gallon size. It puts on about 6 to 12 inches per year of growth on average. So we wanted to start with something a little bit larger and fuller so we could right off the bat have something to hide that unit over there. So it is a Japanese holly cultivar, and it's a soft touch evergreen, and it's a really low maintenance one. So I love the pyramid shape of it. So it has this triangular shape, but you can choose to prune it or not. So you can keep it a little more informal, which is probably what we'll do here. And we'll probably just selectively prune it to keep this triangular shape, but you can also shear it if you like something a little more formal. So these are appropriate for zones 5 through 9. They get to be about 6 to 8 feet tall when they're mature, and they can get up to 5 feet wide. So in this corner back here, we do want it really full, but like I said, we are going to selectively prune it to keep it a little bit smaller because our goal is to really leave that rose shrub there. That's what we're hoping to do. Okay, so I also love it because it is deer resistant, and it does like its full to part sun, and this spot here is going to get a lot of afternoon sun, so it's going to be a really great location for it. So I love our selection, and I think it's going to look really great. There's another hedge in the front, an evergreen, that is going to provide a little bit of continuity, so we'll give you a quick shot of that so you can see that as well in a bit. But I'm going to position it and show you the location, and then we're going to get planting. Okay, so we have the Steeds Holly in place, and I do want to point out that it is very close to the rose, but it's fall. Great time to plant our holly. In spring, if we decide we want to move it, we may shift the rose a little. So we're just going to try this for now in hopes that we can leave the rose here, but plan B is just to kind of shift it over a little, and that way you can still see it from the window here. So for now, I think we're going to give the rose a little bit of a trim. So when you're positioning your holly for this kind of screening purposes, think about the mature width. And this is a mistake that a lot of people make when they buy a smaller shrub. They will slam it up against the foundation or what they're trying to hide, and then when it matures, it really becomes a problem. So you just want to make sure that you plan accordingly. So remember I said that this will get about 5, maybe 6 feet wide, and we are going to control the width with the pruning, but you want to put it about 2.5 feet away from what you're trying to hide. So we keep edging it forward a little bit. We've got about 2 feet here. I'd like to have a little bit more, but we're slowly coming into the territory of the rose here. It's definitely more important to get this in its proper place. My next tip about screening is when you're placing your shrub, spin it around and make sure you have the best and the fluffiest part facing forward. So think again about your viewpoint, which is right behind the camera, right where you're seeing me. That is where the driveway and the beginning of the front entrance walkway begins. So that's it. We're going to get planting, and then we're going to show you what it looks like when it's all settled in place. Okay, so our Steeds Holly is all planted in place, and I think it looks fantastic. It does a really nice job just with one shrub here screening the utilities over in this corner. And because it's fall, we really didn't want to have to move the rose. So once this starts to grow, we can move the rose, but we'd like to do it at the proper time, which is not fall. So that's it. I'm just going to stand back and give you a look. And I want to say thank you to all of you at home watching. We really appreciate all of you. Feel free to comment, give feedback. We love it when you do that. And give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe to our channel for more gardening videos.